Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gadadhar Shiv Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiv Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiv Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपी कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा अजय। हरे कृष्णा निशा।
हरे कृष्णा।
कृष्णा तरुण।
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna, everyone.
हरे कृष्णा भाभी। भाई
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna.
So hopefully everyone had a nice Diwali week. And we of course had a break during Diwali week. So वापस शुरू करेंगे। लास्ट वीक हम लोगों ने 23rd chapter 23rd अध्याय of Canto 3. Canto 3 is about the status quo वो हमने पूरा किया था, right? So as we know, how many cantos are there in Srimad Bhagavatam?
12.
12, yeah? 12 books. So here, as you can see, those 12 books are right here on the screen. And we completed Canto 1, we completed Canto 2, and we are now on Canto 3, yeah? Where what we have been reading is a lot of conversation between Maitreya Muni and Mahatma Vidur, yeah? So Maitreya Muni has been responding to Mahatma Vidur's questions. And so we'll continue to read. And so we completed chapter 23, which was about Devhuti's lamentation, right? If you remember how Devhuti got married to, whom did Devhuti got married to?
Kardam Muni.
Kardam Muni, yeah? And Kardam Muni is none other than Lord Brahmaji's son. And Devhuti is daughter of whom?
Swayambhu Manu.
Manu, yeah? Right. So first Manu, very nice. Swayambhu Manu's daughter is Devhuti. And Devhuti, as we know, Kardam Muni is doing tapasya at Saraswati river, tapasya for 10,000 years. Lord Vishnu himself gave a darshan to Kardam Muni. And then he also told Kardam Muni that, you know, Shambhu Manu will be on the way, get married to Devhuti, he'll have 9 daughters, and then you'll also have me, yani ki Lord Vishnu, getting manifested as Kapil Muni. Yeah. So that's what we have been reading. So now we'll start with 24 chapter, which is about the renunciation of Kardam Muni. Yeah. So जैसा कि हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे last में, Kardam Muni wanted to take renunciation, and that's when Devhuti starts talking to Kardam Muni that, hey, you know, like we got everything materialistically. Devhuti was very happy, right? They got into aerial mansion, got 9 daughters, but then she was saying, like, requesting Kardam Muni to make her fearlessness about this material world, basically. So or give a transcendental vision, is what she's requesting. And then we are now reading about how Karda Muni is responding to Devahuti. Yeah? So that's where we are. We will start with Shlok first of 24th chapter. Anilji.
जी मैत्रेय उवाच वादिनीमेवं मनोर्दुहितरं मुनिः दयालुः शालिनी माह शुक्लाभिव्याहृतं स्मरणम्. Recalling the words of Lord Vishnu, the merciful sage Kardam replied as follows to Sambhu Manu's praiseworthy daughter Devahuti, who was speaking words full of renunciation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Maitreya Muni is telling to Mahatma Vidur that now, after that, when Devahuti was speaking to Karda Muni is now replying to Devahuti. Tarun?
ऋषिर्वाचा मा खिदो राजा पुत्रिथाहं मन प्रत्यनिन्दते भगवानंस्ते शरो गर्भम अदुरत संप्रपतसत्यते. The sage said, "Do not be disappointed with yourself, O princess. You are actually praiseworthy. The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead will shortly enter your womb as your son." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So the sage Karda Muni बता रहे हैं देवहूति को कि you don't get disappointed. You will get transcendental vision. And in fact, he's telling that the Supreme Personality of Godhead will actually enter your womb as your son. Yeah, it says here, Bhagwan aste aksharo garbham adurat samprapastashyate, is Supreme Lord himself will be entering your womb. Reena ji?
धृता व्रतासी भद्रम ते दमेना नियामेना का तपो द्रविना दनायस्का श्रद्धया से स्वरम भजा. You have undertaken sacred vows. God will bless you. Hence you should worship the Lord with great faith through sensory control, religious observances, austerities, and gifts of your money in charity.
Right. Thank you, Reena ji. Hare Krishna. So Karda Muni is now telling to Devahuti that you have actually undertaken sacred vows, right? While she was helping Karda Muni. And now what Karda Muni is telling is tapo, dravin, tap, yeah. Then dan, shraddha, che, ishwaram, bhajan. So basically, what Karda Muni is saying is you should worship the Lord with great faith through sensory control, religious observances, austerities, and gifts of your money in charity. That's dravin, danage. So actually, let's read this purport. Pretty nice. Ajay.
In order to spiritually advance or to achieve the mercy of the Lord, one must be self-controlled in the following manner. He must be restrained in sense gratification and must follow the rules and regulation of religious principles. Without austerity and penance and without sacrificing one's riches, one cannot achieve the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Karda Muni advised his wife, you have factually engaged in devotional service with austerity and penance, following the religious principles and giving charity. Then the Supreme Lord will be pleased with you and he will come as your son. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So devotional service is not very easy, right? It also comes with austerity and penance. It's like tapasya, lot of devotion. That's why you see like a lot of people who will wake up at 4 in the morning. That's also kind of tapasya in today's world, right? And then do a lot of chanting, and then do a lot of fasting. So all that is part of the devotional service. Babiji? Nisha?
स त्वयाराधितः शुक्लो वितन्वन् मामकंयशः छेत्तारे हृदयग्रन्थिमूर्धौर्य ब्रह्मभावनः. The personality of Godhead being worshipped by you will spread my name and fame. He will vanquish the knot of your heart by becoming your son and teaching knowledge of Brahman. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Devhuti's son, who is none other than Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, he will come and he is going to give you Brahma knowledge. Brahma Bhavana hai. Yeah, is what Karda Muni is telling to Devhuti. Yeah. Ajay?
Maitreya Uvaч. Devhitrayapi Sandesham Gauraven Prajapate Samyak Shraddhaya Purusham Kut Istham Bhaj Dhrum. Sri Maitreya said Devhuti was fully faithful and respectful towards the direction of her husband, Kardam, who was one of the Prajapatis or generators of human beings in the universe. O great sage, she thus began to worship the master of universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Devhuti, based on Karda Muni's instructions, started doing the full devotion service. This is what is being mentioned. Anilji?
जी हाँ तस्याम बहुतिथे काले भगवान मधुसूदनः कार्दमं वीर्यमापन्नो जज्ञे अग्निरिव दारुणि. After many years, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhusudan, the killer of the demon Madhu, having entered the semen of Kardam, appeared in Devhuti just as fire comes from wood in a sacrifice. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Bhagwan Madhusudana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, enters into the womb of Devhuti. Vinodji?
Avya this tada vyomigni vadi trani ghana ghana gayanti taisma gandharva nrityan tyap sarasumuda. At the time of his descent on earth, demigods in the form of raining clouds sounded musical instruments in the sky. The celestial musicians, the Gandharvas, sang the glories of the Lord, while celestial dancing girls known as Apsaras dance in joyful ecstasy.
Yeah. So the demigod sounding the says Gayanti Tam Sam Gandharva. So Gandharvas are singing the glories of the Lord, as they know that God is now, Supreme Lord is actually appearing. Nisha?
पेतुः सुमनसो दिव्याः खेचरेरपवर्जिताः पसेदुश्च दिशः सर्वा अभांसि च मनांसि च. At the time of the Lord's appearance, the demigods flying freely in the sky showered flowers. all the directions, all the waters, and everyone's mind became very satisfied. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Tarun?
It is learned herewith that in the higher sky there are living entities who can travel through the air without being hampered. Although we can travel in outer space, we are hampered by so many impediments, but they are not. We learn from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam that the inhabitants of the planet called Siddhaloka can travel in space from one planet to another without impediment. They showered flowers on the earth when Lord Kapila, the son of Kardama, appeared. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Ajay?
तत्कर्दम सरस्वत्या परिश्रितम स्वयंभू साकृत मृष भिर्भयात. Brahma, the first-born living being, went along with Marichi and other sages to the places of Kardam's hermitage, which was surrounded by the river Saraswati. Hare Krishna.
Right? So we know that Karda Muni was doing tapasya near river Saraswati, yeah? Saraswatya Parishrita, and Shambhu is Lord Brahma is also known as Shambhu. Okay, so he, along with rishis, says Marichi, yeah, went to see Karda Muni because they came to Lord Brahmaji realized that Kapil Muni is now taking a birth. Yeah. See, it says here Brahma is called Shambhu because he is not born of any material father and mother, right? As we know, Lord Brahmaji was born from the Nabhi of Lord Vishnu. He is the first living creature and is born from the lotus which grows from the abdomen of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Therefore, he is called Shambhu, self-born. Yeah. So not to be confused with Shambhu Manu. Yeah, it's the first. But Shambhu is also another name for Lord Brahmaji. Yeah. And I hope you still remember the Garbhodakshai Vishnu, right? We had Karnodakshai Vishnu, and Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Kshirodakshai Vishnu. And Garbhodakshai Vishnu's Nabhi, Lord Brahmaji appears. Yeah. Bhagavantam Param Brahma Sattve Nashena Shatruhana Tattva Sankhyanā Viggapatte Jatam Vittadvana Jayaswarat. So Maitreya continued, O killer of the enemy, the unborn Lord Brahma, who is almost independent in acquiring knowledge, could understand that a portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his quality of pure existence, had appeared in the womb of Dehuti just to explain the complete state of knowledge known as Sankhya Yoga. Yeah. So Kapil Muni is regarded as the one who gave Sankhya Yoga to this world. And that is what is being mentioned here. Yeah. I say here, Bhagwantam Param Brahma Sattve Nanshena Shatruhana, right? Killer of the enemy, the unborn Lord Brahma, could understand that a portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is appearing. Yeah. And actually, it's a little long purport, but let's read this because it's pretty nice. Start reading this, Nisha.
In Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, it is stated that the Lord himself is the compiler of the Vedanta Sutra and is the perfect knower of the Vedanta Sutra. Similarly, the Sankhya philosophy is compiled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his appearance as Kapila. There is an imitation Kapil who has a Sankhya philosophical system by Kapila that incarnation of God is different from that Kapila. Kapil, the son of Kardam Muni, in his system of Sankhya philosophy, very explicitly explained not only the material world but also the spiritual world. Brahma could understand this fact because he is Swarat, almost independent in receiving knowledge. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Okay.
He is called Suvarth because he did not go to any school or college to learn, but learn everything from within. Because Brahma is the first living creature within this universe, he has no teacher. His teacher was the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, who is seated in the heart of every living creature. Brahma acquired knowledge directly from the Supreme Lord within the heart. Therefore, he is sometimes called Suvarj and Aja.
Yeah. So Lord Brahmaji, I think if you remember, in Canto 1 and also in Canto 2, we saw how Lord Brahmaji directly acquired the knowledge from Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? If you remember, Lord Brahmaji did tapasya for so many thousands and thousands of years. And then, Lord Vishnu gave a darshan, and then we saw the whole description of that, and then how Lord Vishnu gave a knowledge to him, right? So he's also sometimes called Swarat and Ajay. Yeah. And so read this, Vinodji.
You asked me, Bhaiya? You asked me, Bhaiya?
Ah.
Okay. Another important point is stated here. Satvenam Sena. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, he brings with him all his paraphernalia of Vaikunt. Therefore, his name, his form, his quality, his paraphernalia, and his entourage all belong to the transcendental world. Real goodness is in the transcendental world. Here in the material world, the quality of goodness is not pure. Goodness may exist, but there must also be some tinges of passion and ignorance. In the spiritual world, the unalloyed quality of goodness prevails. There, the quality of goodness is called Suddha Sattva, pure goodness. Another name for Suddha Sattva is Vasudeva because God is born from Vasudeva. Another meaning is that when one is purely situated in the qualities of goodness, he can understand the form, name, quality, paraphernalia, and entourage of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anilji? Anilji?
Yeah. The word Amsena also indicates that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, appeared as a Kapil Dev in a portion of his portion. God expands either as Kala or as Amsa. Amsa means direct expansion and Kala means expansion of the expansion. There is no difference between the expansion of the expansion, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly, as there is no difference between one candle and another. But still the candle from which the others are lit is called the original. Krishna is therefore called the Parabrahman, or the ultimate Godhead and cause of all causes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So God expands as Kala or Ansh. Yeah. So Ansh is the direct expansion, like we see Lord Balram or Lord Vishnu, right? They are Lord Ram, they are the direct expansion. But what is saying is irrespective of that, there's no difference, right? Because like one lamp and another lamp, there's no difference. But there's an original lamp, and that is Krishna, right? Adi, Anadi. That's the ultimate Godhead and cause of all causes, like Sarv Karan Karana. Like if you remember in Brahma Samhita, we are reading that, yeah. Rinaji?
Yeah. Sabhajayan Vishuddhena Chetasa Tachikeshitam Prahirshe Mane Rasubhi Kardamam Charidam Abhyadhat. After worshipping the Supreme Lord with gladdened senses and a pure heart for his intended activities as an incarnation, Brahma spoke as follows to Kardam and Devhuti. Hare Krishna.
So Lord Brahmaji is now talking to Karda Muni and Devhuti. Nisha?
त्वया मे अपचितिस्तात् कल्पिता निर्व्यलिकतः यन्मे सज्जगृहे वाक्यं भवान्मानद मानयन्. Lord Brahma said, "My dear son Kardam, since you have completely accepted my instructions without duplicity, showing them proper respect, you have worshipped me properly. Whatever instructions you took from me, you have carried out, and thereby you have honored me." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So as we know, Karda Muni is son of Lord Brahma. Yeah. And Lord Brahma actually asked Karda Muni to also expand the universe, right? And that's what Karda Muni has done. And now he is, of course, taking the renunciation. But Lord Brahma is quite happy with Karda Muni. Yeah. Anilji?
Yeah. एतावत्येव शुश्रूषा कार्या पितरि पुत्रकैः बाणमित्यनुमन्येत गौरवेण गुरोर्वचः. Sons ought to render service to their father exactly to this extent. One should obey the command of his father or spiritual master with due deference, saying, "Yes, sir." Hare Krishna.
Ajay?
Ima dushitaram satyasattvavatsam sumadhyamya sargmetam prabhave swaybrihshintanekatha. Lord Brahma then praised Kardam Muni's 9 daughters, saying, "All your thin-waisted daughters are certainly very chaste, and I'm sure they will increase the creation by their own descendants in various ways." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, as we know, Lord Brahma really wanted to increase this creation. Yeah. And so Karda Muni had 9 daughters. And what Lord Brahma is saying, they will also increase this creation in their own ways. Tarun?
Atastom rishi mukhyebhyo yatastilam yatharuchi atmaja paridehatya vistranihi yasho bhuvi. Therefore, today please give away your daughters to the foremost of the sages with due regard for the girls' temperaments and likings, and thereby spread your fame all over the universe. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So there are 9 daughters, and Lord Brahma is asking these to 9 principal rishis who are like Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kritu, Bhrigu, Vasishta Muni, and Atharva Muni. Yeah. So Lord Brahma is then asking to have those 9 daughters married to those 9 rishis. Yeah. So we are going to pause here. We'll continue reading this from here tomorrow. And again, the Kartik month is still going on. So we'll hear Damodar Ashtakam from where we had left it last. So we had read like 3 shloks of Damodar Ashtakam, and we'll continue listening to that. this month. Yeah, in the auspicious month of Damodar, Kartik month, Damodar Ashtakam is really very, very auspicious. So we should do that. Anything, any comments? You know? We are back to Srimad Bhagavatam after Diwali break. So very nice. All right, let me share the screen so that we can hear Damodar Ashtakam, and then we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Idam Deva Purnata Gopala Bala Sadame Manasya Virashtanti Manye Idam Deva Purnata Gopala Bala Sadame Manasya Virashtanti Manye Vedante Mukhambojam Madhyantanile Vritam Kundalaishnektaraktaischa Gopya Vedante Mukhambojam Madhyantanile Vritam Kundalaishnektaraktaischa